Isang mainit na pagbati sa DSA Convention. The Partido Lakas ng Masa, or Party of the Laboring Masses Philippines, extends its warmest greetings to the Democratic Socialists of America's convention from August 1 to 8 this year. The Socialists in America and the Philippines have long history of cooperation and struggles that go back to the Philippines being a colony of the United States for 48 years from its cession to the US by Spain in 1898 to Philippine formal independence in 1946. It was a cooperation built on the relationship of radical labor movements and the communist movements both in the US and in the Philippines. Now the relationship is being forged anew by the interactions between DSA and the socialist organizations in the Philippines. The Philippines is still reeling under an autocratic regime led by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Right now, we're again in a state of the strictest lockdown in Metro Manila imposed from August 6 to 20. We have a state of lockdown that is the longest in the world since the pandemic. What is worrying is that the Duterte government still refuses to respond to the demand of the population for massive testing, contact tracing, stepping up of its vaccination program, and building more medical facilities for the population. On his latest State of the Nation address, or SONA, to Congress on July 26, President Duterte admitted to a receding economy and blaming it on the pandemic. With a continuing lockdown, the small and medium scale industries, comprising 99.6% of the Philippine economy, have mostly closed down. Philippine surveys reported 7.6 million families experiencing hunger during the height of the pandemic in 2020. However, studies by various institutions showed that the Filipino tycoons or top executives in Philippine conglomerates earned as much as 36% more than the pre-pandemic times. In the 2021 list published by Forbes, the wealth of Filipino billionaires grew by as much as 94% in 2020. People close to President Duterte, like Manny Villar, leads the pack in amassing $7.2 billion wealth in 2021. Duterte's iron rule is manifested in his so-called war on drugs. But on this, Duterte has admitted to a failure to get rid of the drug syndicates. This is already after killing tens of thousands of small-time suspected drug dealers. It just goes to show that the war on drugs is not after the big drugs, but the poor. Duterte's iron rule is not complete without the passage of the Anti-Terrorism Act in July last year. The law created the Anti-Terrorism Council, packed with Duterte's men and cabinet members who decide who are terrorists and not. Together with other people's groups and movements, PLM is in the forefront of resistance against Duterte's policies and programs. Despite the difficulties of the pandemic, we held an anti-SONA rally last July 26, observing the protocols of using face masks and face shields and observing physical distance, but we were blocked from marching to the Congress building. The presidential, congressional, and local elections are going to be held next year. Duterte has declared that since he is not allowed by the Constitution to run again as president, he is running as vice president to maintain his immunity from criminal charges. He will be running under her daughter, Mayor Sara of Davao City, who's gunning the presidency. This exposes another facet of Philippine politics, the domination of political dynasties and clans in various seats of government. This will be the first time that there will be a tandem of father and daughter in the presidency and vice presidency. The 2022 elections in the Philippines is also the first time where a left candidate will be running for presidency under the broad left socialist coalition Laban ng Masa, Struggle of the Masses, where PLM is a founding member. We aim to run Walden Bello, a well-known anti-globalization activist, as president under our 25-point electoral program that will dismantle neoliberal government policies and restructure Philippine economy and politics. Our platform calls for the imposition of an income and wealth tax to the very rich families in the country. This call is inspired by your own Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez Green New Deal, Bernie Sanders' 3% wealth tax on billionaires, and UK Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn's redistributive tax program. Short of dismantling the oligarchy, an income and wealth tax against the Philippine 1%, if coupled with a debt cancellation or moratorium program, can generate trillions of pesos that can be used to increase social welfare projects, including the universal basic income, universal education at all levels, housing units for the urban poor, and an anti-pandemic support program. Our program also promotes an independent and internationalist foreign policy in lieu of the self-proclaimed and fake independent foreign policy of Duterte. Our call is to end US military intervention in the Philippines and in the region through the scrapping of the Visiting Forces Agreement and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the US. Reject the expansionist claims of China and the US in the South China Sea, implement the treaties that ban nuclear weapons in the region, and pursue an alliance of governments in the global South to oppose the encroachments of big superpowers. For us, international solidarity means assisting each other in our fight for genuine freedom, democracy, and socialism worldwide. We know we cannot be free until we get rid of vestiges of neocolonialism and the imperialist control of our economy. You are in the belly of the beast, so to speak. And while we attack the beast from the outside or from all sides, you are in the position to blast its belly from where you are and release us from all its clutches. We wish you a very fruitful and meaningful convention. Your struggle inspires us. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Salamat po.
Okay.